Hey sis, long time no see. I needed to talk to you about something. You open right now?
It's been so long, Jenna. Why haven't you been answering my texts?
Sorry, I've been pretty preoccupied for the past 3 years.
What on earth have you been doing for so long? You can't imagine how worried I've been all this time.
Yeah, I know.
You could have at least contacted me in some way or another, you know? I called you 1,000,000 times. I texted you through every single platform I could think of. I was literally dying to reach you, and you know it.
Oh, sorry, I had your number and contacts on every single platform blocked until right now, so I didn't notice any of your calls. Oops.
I knew it. And now you randomly decide to reach out to me, huh? So, I guess you're desperately in need of something right now. What is it? Money?
Of course not. You're hilarious. I wanted to ask you something about your marriage. Your wedding is in 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yes? How do you know?
I heard from one of our mutual friends. After all, we were raised in the same town, weren't we? I still cannot believe that you were able to get a ring around your finger before me.
It doesn't matter which one of us gets married first.
Of course it does. There's no way on earth that a fat-faced ugly girl like you was able to get married before my beautiful self. This should be illegal or something.
Oh, shut up. Are you drunk or something?
Whoa, very impressive. How'd you notice?
How could I not notice? You really say anything when you're drunk, honey. Like that one time you lied to my friend and made her believe that her boyfriend was cheating on her with me? You really almost got her to try and murder me.
Oh yeah, that was so much fun. Speaking of boyfriends, I searched up your boyfriend's name on the internet out of curiosity. I even know his parents' house now. He lives in a huge house. He must be rich, huh? Even the interior of the house was super luxurious.
Please stop stalking my fiancé, you creep. You even searched up inside of his house?
Nope, I actually stepped inside myself to take a look.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm actually pregnant with his baby right now.
What? You should really go easier on the alcohol. Text me again when you're sober.
Actually, I'm not joking. Let me reword it so you can understand me better. I'm pregnant with the baby of the man that is your fiancé. You know, the one you're bound to have a wedding with?
What do you mean you're serious? You're lying.
I'll tell you one last time, so listen carefully. I'm pregnant with your husband's baby.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do you mean? It sounds pretty straightforward if you ask me. He's mine now, so make sure to sign the divorce certificate, Kay? I left it in the mailbox at our old house, so turn it as soon as you're done. You won't be able to have a wedding in a situation like this anyways. Might as well be quick with it, so I can have my moment quicker, right?
Whoa. I am not divorcing my husband.
Well, you're not pregnant, aren't you? I got pregnant before you, therefore your husband, the father, is now mine. It makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Just get over with it. I don't have the time for your whining.
He isn't the type of person to do such a thing in the first place. He's a gentle soul who would never hurt me like that.
I get that you want to believe in your beloved husband, but this is the reality. So I need you to suck it up and move on, okay?
Even if this were true, why would you do something like this?
What do you mean?
Before you disappeared for 3 years, you took all of my savings, every single cent of the $30,000 that I had spent years saving up. And you just ran away, didn't you? And even before that, you tried to sabotage my relationship with the guy I was dating back then, just so you could have him. You even lied to my best friend over and over to try to make her hate me as a person. What are you trying to accomplish by making my life more miserable? What's wrong with you?
Isn't it obvious? It's because you're my annoying older sisters. So naturally, I just want the worst for you, no matter what it is. I'm happy as long as you're unhappy, sis.
What the hell?
It's always been like this. Because even though I'm obviously the cuter one out of the two, you always have a boyfriend or friend around you. You always have someone to take care of you. You always have more money than me, and the way everyone likes you is so annoying.
That's your reason? Seriously?
It might sound stupid to you, but I'm being dead serious right now. I'm cuter, so I should be treated better.
If you want people to like you, then why don't you just establish relationships that people feel are worth caring about? And the only reason I have more money than you is because I work more than you. You do know that you have to work in order to earn money, right?
This conversation reminds me of how I also hate the way you're so bossy towards me. You're always trying to sound wise. But I know who you are deep down. You're just no one who's trying to get everyone's attention.
Jenna!
Don't Jenna me. You don't mean anything to me. What matters is that your fiancé is in love with me and I'm pregnant with his baby. So therefore, he's mine. And that is final. I'm already 3 months pregnant, by the way. Get the divorce done quickly, please. Bye-bye.
Daniel, can I have a moment to talk to you? I know you're busy at work right now, but there's something really important that I need to address with you.
Hey, honey. Of course, what could that be? Wait, let me guess. This is about our wedding, right?
Well, partially, I guess. It's about something more important than that.
More important than our wedding? May I ask if everything's alright?
Well, everything would be alright as long as you haven't seen my sister in a while.
Your sister? Oh, the one who cut you off on all contact 3 years ago. I thought she did horrible things to you and just poofed out of nowhere.
Yeah, that one. Have you been meeting her recently by any chance?
I don't even really know how she looks. We met after that incident happened between you and your sister. So I never got to know her well in the first place. I mean, the only time I'd seen her before is that one time you showed me a picture of her, so I don't think I'd recognize her even if she saw me in the city or something. Sorry. Did I accidentally ignore her when she passed by or something?
No, nothing like that. I guess you really don't know her then.
Can I ask why you were wondering that? Were you able to finally reach her? We should definitely bring her to the wedding if you were.
I was actually able to reach her, but something happened and I got worried, so I contacted you.
Oh, that's great! Has something happened?
Well, Jenna has been telling me that she's pregnant with your baby.
Me? My baby?
Apparently she's 3 months pregnant now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Can we slow down for a second? That's literally impossible. I work from home on most days during the week. And even when I do go out for work, I have you drive me over to the company. We spend the weekends together over at our house, too. You and I both know that it's physically impossible for me to do something like that. I would never even want to cheat on you.
Please calm down. I'm not doubting you or anything. I just wanted to consult you about it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It sounded like I was trying to get something out of you or something. That wasn't my intention at all. My sister just contacted me and started saying these things out of nowhere. So I wanted to tell you about it and ask you what you think I should do about it.
No, I'm sorry for panicking too. I just got scared that something would harm our relationship or something. But why would your sister just say something like that?
It's possible that the story about the pregnancy itself is just a total lie.
Why would she lie about something like that?
I'm pretty sure she was drunk when she sent the text to me.
Oh, that's true. A pregnant lady wouldn't be drinking in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but she sounded like she was saying all of that just to feel like she was better than me or something for once. And considering her personality, I'm pretty sure that she even would take good care of her own baby. So she probably wouldn't sabotage the safety of the baby by drinking like that.
So you're saying that considering her personality, she wouldn't have been drunk if she were really pregnant.
I mean, I'm just guessing, but that's what I think is what happened.
That makes sense. So I guess the next thing we should be worrying about is the wedding, right? We should be on alert about what type of crazy things she might do next. Should we contact the wedding hall and make sure that they don't let her into our wedding?
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. I'll contact them and let them know about the situation.
Hey, sis. I would want to say happy wedding to you, but I guess the wedding isn't happening today since your husband got another girl pregnant. What a shame. It happened so suddenly, didn't it? How does it feel to have your own fiancé choose your sister over you? I'm so sorry I was born so beautiful. If I wasn't so gorgeous, you might have had a happy marriage.
Who would have guessed? It's you spamming my phone again. I'm kind of busy right now, so contact me later. I'm gonna turn my notifications off, so bye-bye!
What do you mean busy? Your wedding was cancelled, so you must be bored to death. All thanks to me.
Oh no, there must have been a misunderstanding here. Of course we're doing the wedding today, silly.
What do you mean? Oh, so you still believe that your husband might actually show up? Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but all of that time getting ready is about to go to waste. Boo-hoo! That's just hilarious.
Whatever. The wedding is about to start, so I'll see you later, I guess.
You're really gonna do the wedding without the groom? Dang, sis. That's very bold of you, I guess. Call me if you're gonna do an after party. I'll be sure to bring the wine so you can drink your tears away.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We're about to go turn in our marriage certificate together, by the way. Make sure to let everyone at the wedding hall know. I'm pretty sure his friends would love to come to his actual wedding with me anyways. I feel so bad for you. But I feel so happy for myself at the same time. Sucks to be you. What's up, sis? How was your solo wedding? I hope the music and food was good, I guess. Me and your ex-husband ended up having dinner at a restaurant at the top floor of a hotel. The view was absolutely amazing, by the way. And the food was great, too. I'm so fortunate to have him in my life. I was imagining how miserable your wedding was while eating, and I felt horrible.
Why is it always you that's spamming my phone? Can you please leave me alone? What do you want?
I just wanted to let you know that the marriage certificate is turned in, and it's official. Your supposed to be husband is now mine.
Congratulations, honey. I hope you're finally happy with yourself.
Are you kidding me? You're trying not to act embarrassed, huh? You need to do something with that ego, sis. Don't act as if you're fine when you're not.
Do you really still believe that my husband is now yours? That there's nothing off about this whole thing?
What do you mean? Of course your husband is mine. He's right next to me.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I'm actually not divorced with my husband.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
The wedding went perfectly as planned, and we became a newlywed couple just a few hours ago. As you could probably tell by now, yes, my husband was right beside me the whole time. In fact, he's right next to me at the moment.
What? You must be on something. He's right next to me.
Nope. The man next to you is not my husband.
Wait, but if he's not your husband, then who's this man sitting next to me?
So you really did turn in a wedding certificate. I thought you were just lying about that.
Of course I turned in a wedding certificate. Aren't you the one who's lying right now? I know for a fact that I took your husband away from you and married him. Bob signed the paper and the city hall said that there was no problem with it.
Bob?
Yes, Bob.
Oh, I get it now.
What do you get?
Jenna, my husband's name is Joe, not Bob.
What? Who the hell's Joe? I don't know who you're trying to fool right now, but you need to stop lying. What are you trying to accomplish right now? Whoa!
This is a picture from today's wedding of Joe and I. Do you like it?
Bob? But he was with me the whole day. I don't get it.
The man in the picture is Joe. His name is Joe, not Bob, and he's my husband.
No, but that's Bob. He has the exact same face as the man right next to me.
I mean, it makes sense that the two have identical faces, I guess. Bob is Joe's identical twin.
Identical twins? What kind of comic book storyline is this?
Bob was supposed to come to today's wedding as his older brother's best man. But he canceled on him out of nowhere because apparently his girlfriend announced that she was pregnant and he needed to go get engaged to her. I guess that was you he was talking about.
Oh no.
It all makes sense now. I mean, that sounds like something Bob would do. He's a free spirit, to put it nicely. He has trouble setting his priorities, so he always cancels on events if there's something that personally benefits him. But I've heard stories of that habit of his working against him and those around him. Badly. Like that one time he canceled on a really important meeting because he felt burnt out and caused his company to lose a multi-million-dollar deal. Or that time he cheated on his girlfriend with several women and got sued for it. Joe saying that he's tens of thousands of dollars in debt right now because of all of that.
He has debt? Why didn't you tell me all about this earlier? Now I'm stuck with this guy being my husband?
Just get a divorce if you don't want him to be your husband.
Of course I can't do that. There's no way on earth that I could afford to work and raise my child on my own.
Wait a minute. I thought you were just drunk when you said that you were pregnant. Do you actually have a baby?
What?
The first time that you told me you were pregnant was when you were drinking. So naturally, I thought that you were just lying to try and attack me. Besides, if you were really pregnant, I thought even you wouldn't drink and potentially harm the baby. Shame on you for that, by the way.
It was supposed to be a lie at first. I was just trying to make you feel worse and myself better about the situation.
Then why are you saying all of this now?
Because I took a test and found out that I was actually pregnant yesterday.
Wow. What are the odds? So your lies became reality, huh? I mean, might as well celebrate the new life between you two.
No, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. What should I do from now?
Why are you asking me?
You're the only person who I can ask help for. Please, you're on your feet and I really need it.
What do you expect me to do about it? You're on your own, sis.
How could you leave your own sister to rot like this? I guess we could move into the house of my in-laws. I mean, I really wouldn't want to live with those old people, but that's probably our only option right now.
Oh, about that. I don't think you're going to be able to live in that house anymore. Because it's going to be put up for sale in a few days.
What? Why?
It was recently announced that Joe was planning to get moved to Canada to manage a new project there. And he was told by his boss that he would most likely stay there for the rest of his career, so I decided that I would move with him. So we had a talk with his parents, and they told us about how they always wanted to live in Canada. And that it would be a dream come true if they could come along and live with us. So they made the decision to sell their house and move in with us.
Wait, but what's gonna happen to Bob then? He lives with his parents right now, doesn't he?
Apparently, Joe suggested that he move with us, but Bob immediately turned down the offer because he doesn't like cold climates.
What kind of reason is that? Our lives are on the line right now.
Oh, and one more thing.
What? What now?
Our parents moved to another house a year ago, too. So you won't find anyone even if you go there.
What?
So I actually didn't receive the divorce certificate that you told me you sent me a while ago. I'm pretty sure the current owners are very concerned about it.
What do you mean they aren't living in our house anymore? Where are they then? I need to know. Me and Bob are going to move in with them.
Mom and Dad went out of their way to ask me to keep quiet about their whereabouts to you. So I can't tell you. Sorry.
What do you mean? They can't just ban their own daughter from their house like this.
They were saying that no matter what you guys used to be, someone who steals money is not their daughter anymore. Sorry.
How could they?
It might be tough, but I wish you good luck. Please take good care of your baby. A few days after me and Joe had our wedding, we and his parents took off for Canada. We're currently living in a house close to his workplace, and it's truly a dream come true for all of us. I later heard that within a few days between our wedding day and moving day, my sister tried to somehow reach me, thinking it would somehow help her situation. But Joe and I had already moved out from our old apartment and were staying at a hotel close to the airport, so she wasn't able to find us anywhere. My sister and Bob are currently living in a cheap old apartment, trying to find a way to somehow pay off all of Bob's debt. On top of that, it turned out that Bob had been borrowing some money from shady people, and they moved a few times after receiving threats of unimaginable contents. I heard from a few relatives that the baby was taken away from my sister after birth, and she was sent over to an orphanage. My sister and her husband were told that if they remain unable to provide a proper environment to raise a child, it is a possibility that either me or my parents will end up taking her in. No matter what ends up happening, the baby has committed no crime and doesn't deserve any less of a happy childhood as anyone else, so we'll be sure to make that happen, one way or another.
Yo, Vicky! Today's the day my work transfer finally ends. It's gonna suck so bad leaving you behind here. I never expected to meet anyone while I was out here, let alone us ending up pretty much living together. Life can surprise you like that sometimes, huh?
Tyrone, I'm gonna be lonely without you too, baby. Do you really have to go back to live with your wife? I know she's waiting for you, but I'd rather keep you all to myself.
Unfortunately, babe, yes I do. My boss told me I'd only be staying here for a year. And they want me back at HQ tomorrow, so there really ain't much I can do about it.
I see. I doubt we'll be able to see each other much once you go home. We will still be able to see each other sometimes, won't we, sweetie pie?
Listen, babe, it sucks for me too. But to tell you the absolute truth, I honestly don't know. If my work transfer ended up getting extended, my wife said she planned on selling the house in Wyoming and moving up here to live with me.
I see. Well, that reminds me, didn't you say your wife is a pharmacist? This is just a hunch, but I bet she wouldn't have to look very hard to find a job up here. The thing is, if she came here, we really would never be able to see each other. We'd constantly be tiptoeing around, worried about being found out.
Right, that's why I think it's best I just go home and carry on playing happy families just like normal. At least for the time being. Don't get me wrong, babe, it completely sucks that we're not going to be able to see each other, but we need to think carefully about how we play this and not do anything rash.
You're right. I can't argue with that.
Don't worry, Vicky. My heart's set on you, and ain't nothing gonna change that. I know it's not gonna be easy for us to be apart, but I want you to believe in me. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can. I'm waiting for you, Tyrone. Hi, Tyrone. Are you there? You're supposed to be getting back soon, right? Did your train leave on time?
Oh, it's you. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, I'm on the train as we speak. There were some delays early on. Apparently some suicidal lunatic jumped out onto the tracks and, well, yeah. Also, I'm gonna stop off at Company HQ to see Chris and the boss before heading home.
Damn, that's gruesome. I always wonder why suicidal folk do that. Like, could they not do it somewhere that doesn't mess with everyone's schedules and traumatize the train driver? Alright, no problem. I can't believe the day has finally come. You were up in Michigan a whole year. How crazy is that? I know we've been doing lots of video calls, but is it weird I feel kind of nervous about seeing you again? I thought you'd at least come back for birthdays and Christmas, but I guess that turned out to be a little difficult for you.
You're really gonna drag this up again? What's your point?
I'm not trying to drag anything up. I guess it just hit me how busy you actually were when you decided not to come back for special occasions like you said you would. You were even too worn out for me to fly over to you, even though I would have been happy to. You specifically told me not to come because you weren't feeling up to it, right? You really must have been seriously busy this last year. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I find your work ethic really admirable, Tyrone.
Yeah, I guess I have been busy. Thanks.
Okay, well, be careful on the way home, sweetie. I'll see you soon. Tyrone, my delightful, precious sugar dumpling. I can't take the loneliness. I need you here in my arms.
Vicky, my sweet treacle muffin, my sugary pumpkin pie, my darling angel, my dearest love. The ache of loneliness weighs upon my heart like 1,000 burdensome clouds, casting shadows upon the tender garden of my soul. If only I knew how good we had it when I was up there for my work transfer. Who would have thought having a home to go back to could feel so painful and lonely? I might be in this house with my wife, but you're the only one that's on my mind.
Tyrone, that's it. I've made my decision.
What decision?
I'm gonna move to Wyoming so I can be close to you.
You're gonna do what now?
Don't worry. Of course I'll choose where I move wisely so as not to arouse any suspicion from your wife. I just want to be near you, baby. That's all. I know this might sound sudden, but actually, it's been on my mind for a little while. I promise I'll take in your opinion and do it as cautiously as possible. Luckily, I work from home as a freelancer. I figure what's the point in having such a flexible job if I'm not going to use it to be with the most special man in the whole wide world?
Vicky, you do that? For me?
I'd walk to the ends of the earth and back for you, my snugglebug cupcake. I love you.
I love you, my cuddle bunny boo.
Hey, Tyrone. Turns out I'm going to be doing a spot of overtime today. Sorry, but I'm not going to be able to make your supper. There are some leftover cheesy potatoes in the fridge, or you could make something yourself. Or maybe even get takeout if you're not feeling up to it. Hey, what's with you? I can see you read my messages. You could at least say okay or react in some way. Why are you ignoring me? You've always had a tendency to ignore me when you get in a mood about something. Sometimes you even ignore me for 1 or 2 days at a time. Hasn't it been going on a little too long this time? You've been ignoring me ever since you got back from Michigan. It's been a whole month now. Like, are you seriously doing this? You are aware of what you're doing, right? I know there's no way you're not. I haven't heard a single word out of you since you walked through the front door, not even a "honey, I'm home," not to mention completely blanking my messages. I have absolutely no idea what I've done to upset you this time. If I've done something wrong, then tell me and let's talk it through. It's not like I'm not willing to admit fault if I did something, but it's impossible for me to know if you don't say anything. Can't you at least explain what's wrong?
Aha, my strategy's working.
Ooh, what strategy? Tell me.
My strategy to mentally and emotionally exhaust my wife by flat out ignoring her. The plan is to drive her to the breaking point until she gets so sick of it all, she divorces me.
You are absolutely devilish, Tyrone. The things we do for love. It sounds like it's going well.
Yup. Everything is going according to plan. It looks like the soul-crushing sense of guilt is already starting to torment her.
Good. That's what she gets for stealing my man from me. I don't think we're doing anything bad. Our happiness is what comes first, after all, right?
If we're gonna frame it in terms of right and wrong, my wife's definitely the one in the wrong for not divorcing me earlier and forcing me to resort to strategies to make her hurry up and take the hint. When you think about it, she's kind of like the final boss in the way of our love.
You're right.
It's gonna take a little bit longer to get rid of her for good, but this is where our patience counts more than ever. The finish line's in sight, baby, so let's play this as safe as we possibly can.
Sure thing, baby. You're my heartthrob, and I'd do anything for you. Oh, that reminds me. It looks like I'm going to be able to move over to Wyoming at the beginning of next month.
Ah, nice. You work fast.
Well, I don't know about that. It did take me a whole month to decide on the place, but I figured since me and you are going to end up living together there soon enough, I had to make sure it was nice. Want to know a little secret? I ordered us the biggest, most luxurious double bed money can buy. I can't wait for you to ravage me on it, stud muffin.
Stop it, babe. You're gonna get me all excited. I'm gonna make sweet, tender love to you like you've never been loved before when I finally see you again. My sexy little munchkin.
Calm down, stallion. It's still too early.
I can't take it anymore. Are you free to meet up this weekend?
Huh?
I'll be going into work on my day off this Saturday. I have a meeting with a customer a little out of town, which means I'll be driving for a while. How about me and you arrange a little rendezvous while I'm at it? By my calculations, I'll have 2 hours before I need to get back. What do you say, Vicky? How about a little secret encounter?
Oh my, Tyrone, you're terrible. Say no more. I'll be waiting for you, Daddy. Tyrone, will you be late home again today? You know what? I don't even know why I bother asking. You're clearly just going to keep ignoring me. I did hear you were expecting a lot of overtime for the first month or two after you got back from your work transfer in Michigan. But I hardly even see you at home these days. I don't know if it's because you're intentionally coming home after you know I'll be asleep to avoid me, but this isn't normal. I barely ever see you. You flat out blank me on the rare occasion that I do, and you completely ignore all of my messages. If you hate me that much, how about you say it to my face instead of escaping like a spineless little weasel? I am beyond sick of this, Tyrone. I won't put up with it for much longer. I have some things to take care of at my mom and dad's place, so I'll be staying there tonight. Goodbye.
Hey there, my cuddly little cupcake.
Hey, Tyrone. You finished with your overtime now?
Yep, all done. I'm on my way to you as we speak.
I just finished work, too.
Oh, by the way, do you mind if I stay over at your place tonight?
Don't be silly, baby. You know you're always welcome here. But what about your wife?
She said something about staying over at her parents' place tonight, so she won't be around at the house to know I'm not home.
Wow, really?
That's why you're all mine tonight. I hope you're ready, because you're barely going to be able to walk by the time I'm done with ya, pumpkin pie.
Oh, baby, that's music to my ears. I'm gonna jump in the shower. I'll be waiting on the bed for you in my special bunny lingerie when you get here, my rugged love muffin.
I'm sprinting over to your place so fast they're gonna start calling me Usain Bolt.
So her name is Vicky, is it? A freelance manga translator on a middling income. You met her when you were living in Michigan for work. She was your next-door neighbor in the apartment block your company had you stay in. Apparently you were pretty much living together by the time you had to come back here. And now, apparently unaware to bear being apart from you, Vicky moved here to Wyoming in a little apartment near Bakewell Station, which is where your trysts now exclusively take place, including the one you're having right now.
Huh? Wait a sec, what the?
The reason you've been flat out ignoring me for so long was because it was a strategy to push me to my emotional breaking point until I got so exhausted with it all, I felt like I had no choice but to divorce you. That's what you're waiting for, isn't it? I think that just about summarizes the situation, right? Did I miss anything?
Sarah?
I guess you were trying to avoid having to pay me compensation?
I ain't got no heckin' idea what you're talking about. Sure, I think maybe I do remember there being a Vicky next door back in Michigan, but we didn't have anything to do with each other beyond being neighbors, and we sure as hell don't see each other now.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I forgot to tell you this, what with being constantly ignored all the time, but I got transferred to the pharmacy by Bakewell Station about a month ago.
Huh?
It turns out I can see the road that leads to Vicky's apartment through the front window.
You can?
When I first saw you together, I thought maybe she was one of your clients because I know you often do the rounds away from the office, but by the third or fourth sighting, I knew something fishy was going on. Then one day, when my mind was full of doubts, I saw the two of you walking by just as I was getting off work. So I decided to go ninja mode and follow you.
You followed us?
That was when I saw you going into her apartment together. I don't think I've ever seen you go inside a front door that fast in my life. Looking forward to something, were you?
That
was about a month and a half ago. I was pretty damn certain you were cheating on me by that point. But after speaking to my parents and brother, they recommended I gathered incontrovertible proof of what you were doing before confronting you. And that's when I decided to hire a private investigator who specializes in catching cheaters.
You hired a frickin' private investigator?
Everything I just sent you was from the investigation results report. Turns out he's very good at his job.
Oh my God. Hey, this isn't fair. I did my best to come up with a way we could divorce smoothly and painlessly, goddammit. You hired a freaking professional? I can't believe you.
Isn't it normal to hire a private investigator when you suspect your husband of cheating on you? Evidence is important, and I wasn't about to risk letting you know I knew by trying to tail you myself. Anyway, divorce smoothly and painlessly? What the hell's that supposed to mean? Don't act like you cared about not hurting me. This was nothing but a ploy to get me to divorce you while hiding your affair to get out of paying me compensation. Whatever. It doesn't matter now. So if I were you, I wouldn't even bother wasting the effort it takes to try and worm your way out of it. We're getting a divorce, and that's that.
What?
By the way, have you noticed yet? Today marks the 3rd month of you flat out ignoring me.
Wow. 3 months.
I guess you got so wrapped up in your affair, you totally lost track of time. Anyway, don't worry, because you finally got your wish. I'm divorcing you.
Hang on a sec here, Sarah, please.
I already moved back in with my parents.
Whoa, say what now? This is all happening too fast.
Is that so? I didn't exactly move yesterday, Tyrone. I had all my stuff moved from the house when I found out you were cheating on me a month ago. I haven't been there for ages now.
Huh? Your stuff is gone?
Were you so absorbed in your affair you didn't notice half of the rooms in our house were empty?
Well...
Whatever, it really doesn't matter anymore. Goodbye forever.
What the fuck? Wait a sec! Holy hell. Am I really this screwed?
Tyrone! What is happening? What's this weird envelope that showed up in my mailbox? I thought it must be a case of mistaken identity, but when I opened it, it said I have to pay a frickin' compensation?
Vicky, it's my wife. She found out about us. She knows everything.
What? How?
She told me she saw us going into your apartment a month ago. You know, not long after you moved in there. God damn it, I'm so screwed.
You're screwed? No, I'm screwed. But wait a second, how is this possible? We were so careful. We picked the place by Bakewell Station intentionally because it was so far away from anywhere your wife goes. We literally couldn't have been more careful. How could she possibly know? And this quickly? Something doesn't add up here. Explain.
You know my wife's a pharmacist, right? Well, she got transferred to the pharmacy by Bakewell Station recently.
Huh?
Apparently she saw us because the road that leads to your apartment is right in front of the front window of the pharmacy. She had a full view of us walking by together every time. That's what she told me just now.
Oh my god! You better be freaking joking me, Tyrone. If this isn't all some kind of weird prank, I am seriously gonna lose my head. Do you have any idea how much money I spent to move here to be with you? I am flat out broke now. There is no way I can afford to pay compensation.
But, think about it, baby. It's not so bad. Sure, we might end up having to pay her a little something, but at least she's finally divorcing me now. This is what we've been waiting for all along, right? Surely the compensation is a small price to pay for our love.
That having to pay her a little something is exactly what we were so careful to try and avoid all this time, you doofus. And it's not a small price. She's demanding a freaking arm and a leg here.
Hey, don't call me that. I mean, sure, things didn't exactly go as we planned, but at least we still have each other, right?
We're finished.
What?
I said we're finished. Me and you are through, so you can pay my share of the compensation.
What the hell? Are you being serious right now? You're just gonna dodge responsibility the moment things get tough?
We're not together anymore, so I don't have any responsibility to you.
No, we're not finished.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not!
I am absolutely not paying a single cent of this goddamn compensation, you low-life jerk. As our two former lovers were locked in a bitter feud, both of their parents paid me their share of the compensation in a lump sum on their behalves, promising to make their wayward children pay them it all back. With that, I filed the divorce papers and things finally calmed down. It felt great to finally wash my hands of the waste of space known as Tyrone, whom I allowed to steal so many years of my life, and I breathed a sigh of relief knowing I'd never have to deal with him ever again. From that point onwards, nothing that happened to him was my problem. Amazingly, I found out later on that his ex-lover Vicky got fired from her job. I guess it's only natural her boss was a little pissed off when he found out she'd been using their company car for her secret trysts with my ex-husband. Word is, it was the stains on the back seat that gave them away. Last I hear, they're both working several part-time jobs to come up with the crazy amounts of debt they owe their parents. As for Vicky, she got so absorbed in the affair that she started neglecting her freelance work, which meant her income took a massive hit. Still, that doesn't change the fact that she had to pay her parents back. Feeling lost and desperate, she felt she had no choice but to turn to nighttime work. Apparently these days, she spends her evenings on street corners waiting for seedy old men to pick her up. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to help the channel out by liking and subscribing. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We can't wait to see you again next time.